my name's Random Rob. Welcome back to the new show. Today I'm talking about a new game called Sigma Theory. Sigma Theory was developed by the same team that did the space exploration casual game Out There, which is a wonderful casual game that I highly recommend. And Sigma Theory was announced, I think, about 5 years ago. The only details being available about it at first was that it had to do with a future global Cold War and spies. The idea of the game is this. I think about 30 years in the future, and the world is on the brink of multiple life-changing technologies coming out, whether it's a cure for cancer, or biomodifications of human beings, or powered exoskeletons, or telepathy, or stable forms of virtual currency even. And all these technologies are being researched by different countries. As the player, you take control of a team of 4 spies with the goal of trying to capture as much of this new technology as possible, get a leading edge over your competitors, and at the same time try to maintain social and cultural stability in the world, because all of these technologies are completely changing the way humans are living their lives. It's a neat idea. It's kind of like the nuclear arms race of the 40s and 50s, but multiplied by different fields of technology. It's a casual strategy game, it's mobile friendly, and I had one of those rare bouts of late night gaming with it last night where I booted it up thinking, okay, I'm going to play this for a few minutes and I'll get back to it later, and then pretty soon it was 2 in the morning. Very addictive. I could not wait to... I kept saying, okay, I'm just going to make one more move and then I'm going to save and I'm going to stop. But I kept wanting to see what was going to happen next. You know, the elements of the game are very simple, but they make for a lot of complicated situations. For example, researching the new Sigma technologies is very straightforward. You attach scientists to the project and they produce research. But you have to keep in mind the loyalty of your scientists, whether or not they can be corrupted or bribed or taken away from you. Stealing scientists is mostly what the game is about. And while you and your team are trying to exfiltrate scientists from enemy countries, those same countries are going to be trying to steal your scientists at the same time. You also have to balance your foreign policy with other countries. You have to keep diplomatic lines open. You have to find ways to exploit diplomats in foreign countries by finding out their secrets and how to talk to them. Whether in negotiations you want to bring up a compromising bit of information about them to threaten them with exposure, or whether to give up some of the research you've already uncovered. And as you're playing and as the new technologies are being unlocked by these different organizations, those organizations are gaining the benefits of their technology while you're gaining the benefits of your technologies, which means the power dynamics in the game are constantly shifting. And if the game was done with a more complex level of detail, it would probably not be very enjoyable to play. And that's where the simplicity of the user interface and game design of Sigma Theory really shines. In fact, the one game I was reminded of constantly while I was playing Sigma Theory was Syndicate, the old PC game from Bullfrog, where you also had 4 enhanced human agents who you would use to do these espionage missions around the world. There's a lot of similarities to that, except the only thing that's missing is the shooting and the explosions. Sigma Theory instead focuses on social contacts and conversation. Each of the 4 agents you pick has 2 attribute scores, intellect and strength, which are used to resolve most of the in-game scenarios. And depending on their skill level, will also have special skills. One character might be a master social manipulator, or another might be a melee combat specialist, or one might be a master of disguise. And so you often find that you want to use agents in combinations, using one to do the hacking and the brain work, and the other to do the footwork, usually the ones who are going to be liberating scientists from enemy countries. In addition, you also start the game with 2 military-grade drones, one for surveillance and one for combat. These drones can also be used passively when you're information gathering to determine the location of targets, or diplomats. The combat drone can of course be used to call in airstrikes if you encounter armed resistance when you're trying to free a scientist from the country, but of course you risk a lot of diplomatic blowback when you do that sort of thing. You really want to keep your agent's presence as antiseptic as possible. And as if the shifting loyalties and power dynamics of the game weren't enough, your own agents have their own personal agendas, and it behooves you to read their bios and skill set carefully before you select them, because some of them may end up turning on you, or going over to the enemy, or cracking under interrogation. I had one situation last night where one of my agents was captured in the Soviet Union, and I sent another agent to Russia to locate him. The other agent spent, I think, a week in Moscow before we finally realized that the agent we were looking for had died in interrogation. And the next day, the Russian military got hold of robotics technology that we had been trying to keep secret. Now I'm going to qualify all this and say this is still a first impression. I have not completed a full game of this yet. I'm just noodling around with it, but I love this game. It's just that perfect mix of strategic and thoughtful yet relaxing. It just pushes all my armchair strategy buttons. Just a feeling of excitement at seeing the emergent situations that come out of what happens in the game. It all feels wildly unpredictable and true to life, and I recommend it highly. Are there any other high-tech espionage game you'd like me to cover in the future? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked what you heard, be sure to press the like button and subscribe, and consider becoming a patron of the new show. Alright, this is Random Rob. Thanks for stopping in, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.